Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash, and no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We're up and running then. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, someone I really like, Peter, is Lautaro Martinez. The graft, the energy, the dynamism, he's got all those properties we expect from South American forwards. And he's also someone who's quite happy to drop back, whether to receive the ball or to make up defensive numbers.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Thuram! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
That'll earn him a few high fives. Probably feels he could have been better protected, though.
Kalulu. Jagrova. And it's Thuram. And it's Batistuta. Looking for options for movement. That's the keeper's ball. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Oh, well played, well sorted out. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So,
oh, he's been caught napping. Now this could be... Chance! It's there! The vision wonderful, the technique perfect.
The skill and the confidence was just brilliant, and he showed both a quick head and even quicker feet.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. That's put pay to the danger. Locatelli. And here's Batistuta. Lukaku. Now that's well seen too.
Inter really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Lukaku.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Kelly promptly onto that, and that is that. Now it's Batistuta. Boga. It'll be a throw-in. Now it's Martinez. Martinez. Locatelli. Spread to the right. Lukaku. And he's taking no chances there. And it's Serginho. Davids. And here's Lukaku. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, they could be caught out here. Goes for a shot! Well taken goal. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Diamante are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Now it's Batistuta. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Distributed tidily. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Thuram. Now who's going to be first to this? Kalulu. And it's Thuram. Boga. Reinders. There's a sharp little ball here. Reinders. And he's quick to get rid. Caresses it through. Denied by an instinctive save.
Thuram really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Now, can they get him away? Now it's Lukaku. Well, that looks a decent ball. And Ribéry! Superb from Ribéry! A finish right from the top draw. A goal at a really telling moment. Well, no goalkeeper would keep that out. It really was a bullet.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
It's a lovely, neat pass. It's a searching pass. And the ball is out of play. Cafu. Now Thuram. He's driving forward. Jagrova. And he welcomes it in. Shoot! Here. It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first. Either side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which...
Turan! Oh, belter! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They are right back in business.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
He gave it plenty and some. Thrashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Martinez.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Boga. And here's Batistuta. Reinders. And they can counter here. Can he get it through? Now it's Lukaku. Ribéry. He's picked his way through. Tries a shot! And it's been hooked away. Locatelli did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Spread it left. Jagrova looking to add to his goal. It is a corner. And we have our very first corner. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Reinders. And this is Lukaku. That's really nicely played. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Now it's Yildiz. That's going wide left. Oh, that's neat. Oh, super ball. And it takes a shot! Nearly, but not quite.
Batistuta certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
And here's Batistuta. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Turan. Here's Jagrova. Oh, it's Batistuta. Martinez. Turan. That has been slung wide. Into the last quarter of an hour. Jagrova. Yildiz.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Inter Milan faced with a real prospect of letting this slip. drama over the penalty spot. And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That could yet prove very pivotal. Chances like that just can't be wasted.
Thuram. And it's Thuram. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won. Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
That's good play. Reinders. And the shot! Incredible! Just incredible! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Inter Milan found the way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
2 minutes to be added on. Serginho. That's an imaginative pass.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And that will be the final act. They needed to win, and they have won. It is a triumph. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
From the manager's perspective, Peter, I don't think he could have asked for much more. Well, certainly result-wise. This is a game they wanted to win for so many reasons.
Well, hello and welcome to you all on this opening day. Two teams, each seeking the perfect pick-me-up start at the expense of each other. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Stefan
is having a shot! Goal! Inter! The ideal start!
and it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Inter Milan penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's got this place bouncing. Just listen to the noise all around us. Now they have all of this positive energy to feed off.
Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Danilo. Martinez engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Thuram. That's really well manoeuvred. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. He has found the way through.
Such good technique.
Reinders. Forced to go back. David! He's played it long. Rafael Leao. That's good vision. Thuram. And it's Davids. Inter Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Baturina. Barella. Now DiMarco. And he's had it nicked away. Threads one in. Now it's Martinez. Thuram.
Catanzaro definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Baturina. Ribery. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Could be danger here, and he's managed to get free.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Denzel Dumfries.
Halo
Now
mas,
it's Thuram. Decent chance!
lagi nggak pakai headset tadi mas. Welcome.
Ribery. And this is Lukaku. Reinders. And here's Thuram. That is a great pick out. Ribery. Now it's Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao going face-to-face with his great rival.
Rafael Leao clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Nggak tahu mas, nggak ngikutin Inter aku mas.
There's alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Thuram. Can he finish? It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Catanzaro really have stepped it up.
Nggak tahu.
They could have
Aku
been a
nggak
bit more
ngikutin
greedy
Inter
and
mas.
forced the issue.
Haha, bukan Interisti. Apa ya?
Reinders. And it's Lukaku. He's going to be disappointed with that. Ribery. To Barella. And it's Bachurina. Goes for the shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you get a sense, Peter, that he could almost get to anything today. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Mainnya football juga kah?
And now they can spring out of defence. He's found a way through. Reinders. And a chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Kalau main juga bisa nih. Kita mabar. Coba-coba.
Now it's Ribery.
Kenapa?
Oh, he's found support out wide. The fly gets it clear and reclaimed it in a trice. Baturina. And here's Barella. Rafael Leao.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Not the best distribution from the keeper. Oh, good spread.
Anjay.
Turan. Dumfries. Now it's
lama lagi tuh, Mas.
And it's
Harus tunggu tanggal 1.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Danilo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. DiMarco. And here's Ribery, and Ribery! He's got away with one there.
We're talking about creating a problem.
And the whistle goes for half-time.
Harus banget tanggal 1, Mas.
Steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Inter Milan coming in at half-time, leading by 1 goal to nil.
Main PS4 juga kah? Kalau main kapan-kapan mabar. GTA juga. Aku main GTA.
This game is there to be won and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Inter Milan looking solid, if not too much more at half-time. It's 1-0. So straight into the second half.
Inter definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early
Mainnya
minutes.
footballnya di mana, Mas? Di HP atau di PS?
Now it's Rafael Leao. Can he get it through? Well read, and the danger is averted. That has not gone well. Ball is over the line.
Anjay, semoga bisa kebeli PS ya, Mas.
Danilo, DiMarco does well to get it back. And here's Lautaro Martinez. Ribery.
Tapi kayaknya lebih seru di HP sih. Kalau footballnya bisa login di mana aja kan.
And here's DiMarco. And it's Ribery. He's on it, can he get away?
Enggak juga, Mas, sekarang udah mulai turun harganya. Yang ngori